Morning. It's Monday and I'm starting my week with a bang, shock to the system, going to get my eyebrows waxed. The salon that I go to is in the south of the island in Broadford, and I actually just got a little notification on TikTok of like a video I posted 2 years ago today, and it was us moving out of our rental home in Balmacara, which is actually a little village in the woods just off the island, close to Carlifracalsh. So I think while I'm down that way, I might just go a little drive, take Nuala her morning walk in that area, because I'm feeling a little bit sentimental, because that house truly was one of the happiest times of my life, as I realised I had got myself pretty much to exactly where I wanted to be in life. Everything just kind of started to fall into place while we lived there, and it was a proper case of what's for you'll no go by you, because it is so hard to find a long-term rental in the Highlands and Islands. We were living in a holiday let. It was kind of like weird post-COVID times. The house was going back to being a holiday let. We needed to find a house, and we actually bought our van as like a we will live in this if we need to make life work here. But I was like so obsessive, like just checking every Facebook page, talking to everyone I could just to try find us a rental. One day I was like, I'm gonna check Gumtree. I think I checked because I'd been living in Australia not long before, and so much was done on Gumtree there. Whereas here, I've never really like got a flat or like bought anything on Gumtree, but I was like, you know what, I'll check. And then there this little house was in Balmacara, and it had been up for weeks. So I was like, well, they must just not have taken the listing down, because things do not stay up for weeks in this part of the world. They are snapped up in minutes. But I messaged the guy and he was like, yeah, it's still available. Do you want to come view it? And I was like, yes, whenever you want, we'll be there. So I viewed it in the next couple of days. And even in the few days in between, I was so on edge, worrying about someone else taking the rental. And I don't know if it's because the house wasn't on Skye, so people weren't really searching just off the island, or because it was Gumtree and no one was really looking on there, or maybe the guy wasn't in a huge hurry to get it rented out, so he wasn't pushing it too much. But somehow we just got this house, and after we viewed it, he was like a bit apologetic. He was like, you know, it needs a lot of decorating. And I was like, would you like me to decorate it while we're living in it? And he was like, yeah, you can do that if you want, if you just send me the receipts for the paint. So this like was the start of so many things. Got our secure rental in the Highlands, and my love for interior design was literally, I'm not going to say born, because I do think it was always there, but this is where it really began, getting to sink my teeth into this house, choose paint colours. And honestly, it was just the start of all of this, getting that rental. And just across the little square that we lived in, I met one of my very best friends, who I am now just so blessed to have in my life. There was a grassy square in between our houses, and I think you call it a desire line. There was a trodden path from our house to theirs, and Nuala, when we lived there, they got a little spaniel puppy, and those two are still best friends. And I could talk about this house for hours. I love it so much. So I'm going to go hang out in that part of the island this morning. I'm going to go to the gardening centre there, and I'm going to take Nuala a walk in one of her old favourite spots. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to enter a very deep editing cave, because I have so much to catch up on. So I'll take you along for this morning, and then probably not be too much fun in the afternoon, but let's go. Just arrived at the garden centre. Eyebrows are looking absolutely fire. And someone just got 65 points on 10 to the top, so quite the intense drive here. I'm officially on a garden centre spending ban, but that should do me for a very long time. That was Duncraig Garden Centre and Nursery that I was just at there, and honestly probably one of the best, most reasonably priced and just most friendly and welcoming gardening centre I've ever been to. I say centre, makes it sound like a big like Dobbies or something. But it's in like an old like walled garden, and it's just so stunning. And they were all so interested in what I was up to and where my garden was and why I'd picked what I had, and like asking me about what I'd chosen and telling me a little bit about it and some advice about it, and just the best. While in South Skye, I literally have an inability not to take a stop at Lean-To. So I got myself a toasty. Yum. Venison, salami, cheese and chutney, I think. And I also got myself a slice of cheesecake, which my friend Nathan tells me is the best cheesecake he's ever had in his life. So we'll see about that. And also one of the best coffees you'll ever have in your life. So I'm going to have to eat my toasty on the way home because I really have to get home and do some work. Today is actually a bank holiday, but I'm a freelancer, so it doesn't really count for much for me. But I am going to compromise and do my editing on the sofa. I'm going to pop on some trash TV and sit and eat my cheesecake. The good old Our Place non-stick pan. He's getting his little natural remedies self on. It is actually an absolute crap pan, do not buy it. Lee has made chicken wrapped in bacon and he put me in charge of a sauce. So I have done a creamy mushroom and spinach situation. He also put a little cheeky bit of cheese in there.
Talk us through what you're doing, Caroline.
I'm just finishing off the presentation with a mushroom jus. And then they do that, then look at that presentation. Oh, that's quite nice actually. Oh, I should put the chips on that.
Put one on the flare, I know.
Nilla needs to have something. Wait. Look. That's pretty good presentation, I'd say. What do you think? What wins, that one or that one? Nilla waiting for scraps. Okay. There's a chippy chip, Nilla. Chippy chip.
Yes, we always sit at the table.
Every night. Never have TV dinners. Oh, that's not very MasterChef of you.
That is a tomato puree jus.
Biscuits, tea, Scotland's home of the year. Good morning, you lovely lot. I had a very successful day editing yesterday. Once I stopped my gallivanting, I got 2 galleries delivered, so I'm feeling the pressure lifted from the week a little bit. You know, there's nothing about a trash TV can't get me through. I go into such a zone with editing when the TV has like the most optimal amount of garbage on it. So I'm going to actually head into the garden this morning. Our guests in the Airbnb have checked out super early. I don't really like to do too much gardening when there's guests in the Airbnb because like one side of the garage is like fully onto the garden, and I don't know, I want to respect their privacy a little bit. And also the best like kind of pathway into the garden, you like walk straight up towards the garage and can see in their window. So I just avoid that kind of pathway in the area whenever there's people in there. So I've got a good chunk of time between them leaving and the next people coming in. I think I might put up another trellis board and extend the kind of wall of trellises. Let's get cracking. I've made this random mixture of seeds, and you know, I'm in my experimental gardening phase, so I'm just gonna go kind of scatter them up in that back corner. We'll see if they take. If they don't, so be it. I might put a little bit of compost over where I scatter them as well. We'll see. I just realised you did not see at all in the cup when I showed you. Some days I just take notions that I'm going to make myself a lovely, delicious, healthy lunch instead of some beige sandwich, and today is one of those days. I think it's mainly because I need to use up this pesto. So we've got this lovely concoction on the go. Yummy. I need to start working, and I'm going to try work in my office today instead of on the sofa, but it is a blooming mess. So I'm just trying to give it a little tidy just now. So setting up some of this lighting that I got sent from Mullen Lighting the other day. I love this antique brass look. Also, I don't know, was I meant to take both of them off? Let's go with yes. In behind this chair, I think, is going to be the home for this little guy. Or do we think to the side of it? What's the vibes? Oh, I like it there actually. That's quite cool. Right, option A, I really like that. I think that's cool. Or option B, in behind the chair. I think that just looks a bit like some kind of operating table right behind it like that, doesn't it? So let's go in at the side. I feel like I've had a bit of like a, I don't know, awakening. I've been being really harsh on myself lately, like with like the house, and just feeling like all my like cupboards and drawers and stuff are just totally messy. And I was looking around today and I was like, it's actually fine. Like, I don't know why. Oh, really warm toned bulbs that they've sent me, but they're quite nice. I have an idea. I also just opened the little letter that came with the box, and they have given me a code for discount. So if you're needing any lighting, Mullen Lighting, you can get 10% off with Caroline 10. Looks like it's all in caps lock for the Caroline, so Caroline 10. And it's a really nice little letter they sent me. They also sent me like a little necklace with my name on it from their sister brand, OAT, Oat of All Time Jewellery. I just think it's quite a big company, so to get a handwritten note, I think that is really blooming cute. Anything today? I feel like I peaked with my yummy lunch, and now I have no idea what to have for dinner. So tempted to go into Portree and get a Chinese. I'm gonna have one last little look in the fridge and see what I can find. Tell me why the Chinese is closed. Now I want it even more. That is really, really sad. I mean, there is food in here, I just don't want to eat any of it. I'm gonna make chilli. I am so bad at cooking when there's stuff up on the putty though, but honestly, I don't think the food smell sticks as bad as people make it out that it does. But this is pretty much dry anyway, so just take some washing down first. Let's cook. I achieved what I always thought would be impossible, and I somehow ran out of chopped tomatoes. But we did actually change where we kept the tins, so I went back and checked the cupboard where they used to be, and there's a tin there. But achieved another impossible. It's out of date. But what do we think? December 2023. I know if Lee was here, he would tell me it's fine and taste it and say, yep, tastes absolutely fine, but I'm a little bit terrified. Can chopped tomatoes really go that out of date? No, it's gonna be fine. Tell me it's gonna be fine. The good thing about making chilli when Lee's not here is I can make it a level of spice that I like, because he's a bit of a wuss when it comes to spice. Hello, hello. I have not been on it with the vlogging today. We're like deep in the afternoon now, but I've had a super productive and busy morning. I had a photo shoot first thing, and then just been editing and just been doing a bit of like planning and scoping the internet for some house projects as well. So I've got this door that's desperately needing done, so ordered some paint for that, and then I've also ordered some paint for, not paint, a blind for this window here. So I'm super excited. That'll just make this room feel, excuse the mess, a lot more kind of put together. And dare I say, almost finished. I don't think a project's ever really fully finished, but that's what I've been up to. And also I've ordered some paint for back here. I don't really show this part of the house very much, but you guys get VIP access on the old YouTube. So I'm going to be wild. I'm going to paint these floorboards green, because essentially this is what they were like when we moved in. And like, these are mopped. These are, I mean, they were mopped like a few days ago, but it looks like they're like covered in dirt. There might be a little bit of dirt, let's not lie about it, but they just look permanently dirty, and I'm a little bit sick of it, so I'm going to paint them green. What I'm going to do green floorboards, and then the yellow from the spare room, I'm going to drench the whole back porch, and then I might, so it's going to be, I think it could be quite pleasing. I don't know if it'll look just a bit funny, but I'm thinking, so I've obviously got my green and my yellows in here. So I'm not going to do the same green as this, but it's going to be like quite a bright, similar style. So we're going to do green and then yellow, and then we're going to go into green on the walls in here. So it's a bit of a green journey, and then obviously that leads you out into the garden. So I think that's quite pleasing in my brain, but you guys can let me know what you think. I just need to dash out into the garden because one of those trellises only actually has a post on one side, and it's super windy today and I'm a bit nervous about it getting blown over. So I'm probably not going to video myself doing that, because you've seen me put a million of those posts in the ground. But I'm going to do that, and then I might actually plant some of the stuff in the border. I got these cosmos in the post, so they're going to go in the border with the clematis and the perennials. Also, while I'm talking about things that arrived in the post, I also got a little PR package from the Reeling, which I'm heading to in June. I'm so confused what month it is. That's next month. So that's the weekend that I'm down for Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift on the Friday, the Reeling on the Saturday and Sunday. And guys, they didn't only send me a jumper, they sent me a freaking whistle. So my little violin on the wall there that I never freaking play and constantly neglect is now like, don't you dare start learning that whistle, Caroline. You've got me. And some music to learn, because how hard can it be, right? So watch this space. My violin's collecting dust, but watch me become the most enthusiastic whistle player you ever did see. Sounded quite good. Just cracking on with a little bit of photography, and look how perfect. I have this blanket that I need to take a picture of for a brand, and how perfectly does it go with this room. I feel like I might need to buy it for myself. Actually give me a little bit of inspo as well. Maybe bring more purple into this room, because we have got kind of lilac in the curtains there. I think more lilac would be lovely in here. I've also ordered an olive green curtain for here, because I'm wanting to kind of mix up my colours a little bit. I think I'm doing a lot of like blue and yellow, green and yellow. I feel like blue and green is like quite a, I don't know, quite a brave colour combo, but I think it'll look really nice, especially like little bits of green in there. And yeah, I don't want to see my clothes in my wardrobe. This was always just a temporary solution in there. This is just constantly my life when I'm doing product photos at home. All I needed to say to Lee was that I had a hankering for a takeaway, and plans are in place. We're going to get an Indian. So I'm going to meet him on his way back onto the island, because he's been away on a delivery. But I say takeaway because we live in Skye. The Indian's too far away to actually bring it home, or it'd be cold by the time we ate it. So we're actually going to sit in. I have retrieved a Lee. Lee literally tries something different every single time we come in here, and I always get the exact same thing. Yum! Cheese naan, chicken masala, but they do it a little bit extra spicy for them. Thank you. Morning, it's Thursday, which means Skye Live officially kicks off today. Tidelines will be kicking off the weekend tonight with an opening concert, and they are just a banger after banger kind of band, so I cannot wait. I've never actually seen them live, so I'm so looking forward to that. But before we get into any kind of festival festivities, my friend Ailey is staying in our house over the weekend to attend the festival, so I gotta get this place looking spick and span, and I also need to set up the sofa bed, so let's get to it. Yes, I know I need to sort out this picture situation. Perfect hammer. I'm now stress cleaning because the people in the Airbnb still haven't checked out and it's 20 minutes after checkout time. And I have a really tight turnaround for doing the changeover, and I've got a photo shoot at 12, but it's like a 45-minute drive away. Already down to under an hour to do the changeover, so I'm a little bit stressed. So I'm probably not going to film, and I'm just going to sit here and pray that they check out real soon and do some rapid stress speed mopping. Also, what other response would you give when someone says, hey, sorry, we're running late, hope that's okay? Of course you say, no bother at all, that's totally fine, when really you're like, that was a tight turnaround and I am stressed, but fine, because Skye's roads are really quiet in summer, right? So I'll have loads of time to get there. Joy to shoot. I actually ended up having to wait like an hour when I got here because the people were really late at checking out. They've been staying in the rooms I was photographing today. The irony. So I didn't really need to rush that much, but you know, it's always important to get places on time. But Callum from Edinburgh Lodge made me a little hamper of chocolates to say sorry for making me wait. So cute. Right, now I'm gonna go home and get ready for Skye Live. Lee, do you want to do an OOTD? Outfit of the day, OOTF, outfit of the festival. Come show the people your t-shirt. Christmas, you're a good time.
Christmas, I'm a fan.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your t-shirt?
So it says, I've seen the Brothers Five. Classic Brothers Five. Best band of Christmas, past, present and future. The Brothers Five.
They're a band that our friends are in, that our friends make up.
That's my banjo.
That's it.
It's my banjo.
And they only do Christmas songs. Apart from they have a Valentine's Day song, a Hogmanay song and a wedding song.
I've got a wedding. Mine, darling.
So I don't think you can even say they only do Christmas songs because they're versatile.
They do all the festivities. They do all the celebrations. Book them for your next bar mitzvah.
Lee's manifesting them headlining Skye Live one year, so
Yeah, Neil Monroe, are you listening?
so he's wearing it tonight one. Let's go! Walking these shores of my dreams, Mila and I are just sitting on a bench around the Scotty Brick Loop, and she's just got this stick that she's taking to everyone that passes. Although I feel like I maybe do need to be careful with her today because it is quite hot. It's like 16 degrees just now, but I feel like that's maybe like just verging on a little bit hot for too much exertion, Mila, isn't it? So we need to be very careful. Don't chew it, leave it. Good girl. Last night was just an absolute hoot, and I go to a lot of like kind of trad concerts and festivals, but somehow I'd never seen Highlands or Robert Robertson live. Just has the most iconic, perfect voice I've ever heard in my life. And yeah, so now we're actually staying in Portree this weekend, so just walking Mila and then going to meet my friend at the Cooling Hills for a little drink. Because like Thursday night's kind of like a warm-up night, whereas now like the festival actually starts. That is really good. It never usually shows up on video as well, but it's there.
I think it depends on your phone.
So it's day 2.5, 3 of Skye Live, essentially the last day. But I've just been walking around in a daze all day about how insane last night was. The most incredible Aurora Borealis Northern Lights display. As like Nightworks were playing, I was in the tent and I was like, I cannot explain it. I was like, just had this feeling in my gut. I was like, I need to get out of this tent. I don't feel right being in here. And I walked out with my friend and then we just like looked in the sky and it was like, I'll never be able to explain that feeling of just looking up and seeing that. And then my friend was like, she's got like a staff band because she works for the guy that runs the festival. So I'm just gonna nip for a pee like behind the stage. And I was like, okay. And then just as she left, this guy came up to me and he was like, oh, do you want to come backstage as well? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, took me around, and then like behind the tent was this hill that loads of people were just standing on, just watching this incredible display of the Northern Lights. And then the guy was like, so how are you doing? How are you getting on? I was like, have we met? And he was like, I'm from Stranraer. Like, I'm Lewis. And I was like, what? The whole thing was just an absolute mind-blowing experience, and I'm still just in awe of it. And Nightworks are this amazing trad, but like kind of like dance band, and always have amazing light shows. So just to have a Northern Lights display while they were playing in the background was just so mind-blowing. I'm just having the absolute best time. It feels like I'm on a summer holiday in Spain, and the weather's amazing. Just seeing everyone I know, everyone's in the best form, just having the best time. And I'm being very bad at vlogging, but honestly not mad at myself for it, because I'm just living in the moment and being present. So I'm trying to take you along when I can, but Jesus, what a time I'm having.